Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you the last of the champions that I thought had a pretty big update, and that is Fiora. So Fiora got changed, and now she's a 4-cost unit with 4/4 stat line. So she's coming a little bit later into the game in turn 4 instead of turn 3, but the 2 additional health, I think that more than makes up for it, and actually makes it a pretty big threat. So to pair Fiora up, I decided, well, I didn't decide. I saw this deck doing well in the stats in loremaster.com, and I figured we'll give it a shot, and it ended up actually working out pretty well. So this deck is combining Fiora and Pantheon. If you remember, I kind of gave this idea when I did my deck recommendations on Tuesday. I said that I went triple Pantheon, 2 Yuumi, 1 Fiora. This person, whoever made this deck, ended up just cutting the Yuumis completely and going straight up Fiora. And it ends up working out really well. So this is going to be just a Fated deck with Fiora as an alternate win condition. So not only does the opponent have to worry about Pantheon, but they also have to worry about Fiora potentially winning the game. So to kind of go through the deck, Chambers is really nice, can work really well with Fiora or Saga Seeker to kind of trigger Fated for one mana. Fated is our Saga Seeker is a 1 Fated unit aside from Pantheon. We're not playing Wounded Wildfang because it's a little bit too expensive for what we want to do with this deck. Triple Guiding Touch and Triple Pelt Cascade gives us a draw, while also allowing us to trigger Fated and level up our Pantheon. Mountain Goat and Petricized Broadwind are kind of there to start off early aggression, and they're both really good tools, right? Mountain Goat because of the gems, Broadwind because of the challengers. We play triple single combat and 2 concerted strikes. We're synergized with both Pantheon and Fiora. These spells can let you get the win condition with Fiora, as well as still enabling your Fated triggers, or being able to get rid of any of the opponent's key units that you need to beat. For example, right? Like if you want to deal with like a Veigar, for example, single combat kind of gets you there. Lodestone is really good in this archetype now because it can trigger the Fated and then keeps buffing your units by +1/+1. Additionally, after turn 8, you can play this as Orasi, which comes down as a big spell shield unit that the opponent has to worry about, since you can give spell shield to like your Fiora or anything else. And remember, the Orasi buff is actually permanent. So if you buff like something permanently, like a Fiora, for example, she's going to have 7 attack for the rest of the game. Iula is the other card that got buffed in this patch, so now she actually grants instead of just gives. You see the grant spell shield or grant overwhelm. And this is amazing. Actually, I find myself using the spell shield more often than I find myself using the overwhelm, right? So it's nice to use the spell shield on Fiora or Pantheon if you don't get spell shield from the Pantheon level up, but sometimes you can put the overwhelm on like a Saga Seeker if you need to, or so on and so forth. Or even you can put it on like a Orasi, like how we just talked about, because Orasi will transfer her overwhelm to the unit that she actually supports as well. So it's a nice little combo where you can play Orasi on turn 8 and then Iula on turn 9 on the Orasi to have a spell shield overwhelm 7/7 unit. Wandering Shepherd, just nice, gets us the equipment and also counts as like a Fated trigger or a Pantheon trigger. Potentially can have Scout or Overwhelm if you need to. Fiora, we talked about her. She can just destroy people, and with 4 attack and 4 health, she can challenge stuff like Nami or Veigar and killing them without any buff. Pantheon, just another win condition. Really easy to level up this champion in this deck. And then finally, Camphor the Doubt. This card is actually a lot better than I give it credit for, because it comes with Spell Shield, Overwhelm, and Challenger. So sometimes you need just a little bit of damage to be able to finish up the game, and Camphor can get us there by pulling from a weaker defender and just pushing the overwhelm damage that way. So really cool deck, and I think again it's doing really well. This list really looks pretty well defined. So I wouldn't be surprised to kind of see this archetype doing really well. I played versus Swain TF Fate today, which I was trying to record, and I went against Swain TF Fate like 5 different times. You're gonna see 2 of those games today. And I didn't lose a single game against Swain TF Fate, even though technically they have access to like flocks and stuff like that to kind of punish us. We just have so much value with the spell shield on our units that it destroys that Swain deck. But anyways, enough about that. I hope you enjoyed the video coming up soon, and if you do, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we'll be going against Swain TF Katarina. The 3-2-1 split that I believe Marwat has been popularizing. I like the Lodestone and the Goat. Guiding Touch would be nice, right? To play around like a potential flock. But I don't hit the single combat to be able to kill the Katarina when she drops down. The problem with the goat is that it's still pretty slow. If we had Saga Seeker, that would be so much better. I guess if the opponent doesn't have another, like a 2-attack unit, we can get a free attack here. I think we still attack with the goat anyways, potentially. Yes. Wow. Yes. Yes, we are. Let's go ahead and do this now. I think I want to see if I can level up Pantheon and just have him come down with a ton of keywords. I know we don't have Pantheon just yet, but let's just pretend that we're going to draw it. So we do have to let this go, though. So we will have to let this one go so that we can trigger the Lodestone here. And get another Pantheon trigger. We can play the second goat next turn. Opponent could technically just kill this goat right here. Oh, Whisper Words. They do have blockers for the goats next turn, but that means that they're going to be losing their tentacle. Wait, why are they playing Whisper Words instead of Iron Akaboros? Huh. Why Whisper Words instead of Iron Akaboros? I want to keep my 2 mana, right? So that I'm able to single combat something if I need to. It's a little bit of an awkward hand. I mean, we do have a lot of draw, though. We have a lot of draw, so it might end up working out for us because we have double Pell Cascade.
Deal me in.
Yeah, let's just Twisted Fate.
I'm a people person.
So they're just gonna look to block this, I guess? They must be looking to block this one. The problem here is that if they're able to kill both my units, which they are able to by blocking one and flocking the other one, we are in trouble.
Easy. Charmed.
If they block with TF, I think I have to Pell Cascade, right? Just to keep one of my units alive so that we can continue enabling the Pantheon level up. If they don't flock here, I can put them on not having flock. But if they don't have flock, that Twisted Fate Red card makes no sense then, right? Yeah, I think I have to keep this guy alive. We ended up joining Fiora anyways, so it might be okay. But I like the idea of keeping this guy alive. 5 cards. I wonder why. I mean, maybe they just wanted to go for the big swing, right? With a... There we go. That's what they wanted to go for. They wanted to go for the big swing with the swing. If we double gem, we have single combat. I guess it doesn't even have to be double gem. It could just be the Lodestone. No, I like the double gem. He also stops us from losing to a flock, right? Ah, we got some of Fiora this turn, by the way. Yeah, we got some of Fiora this turn. We didn't have a reason not to. Oh, we could use single combat right now. But that also seems kind of greedy. When this Swain is not just it's not a threat just yet. What if we Fiora first? Oh, or Lodestone first, I guess. But we can just attack. Let's just push sets. Let's push 6 for now. I need that Pantheon. Swain is gonna be pretty close to leveling up here.
They would fall by my blade.
Make it rain. Put in levels of Swain. I think we keep this go healthy enough because I think I'm actually gonna have to single combat this Swain, by the way. So I 100% think I'm gonna have to actually single combat that Swain. And there we go. I really hate losing this goat though. I really hate losing this goat. I'm kind of scared that if I don't do this now, let's let the Fiora go. That's one flock gone. This goat by itself can kill that Swain. We're able to even kill like do I put this so that we can potentially? I think we just keep our mana. I think we keep our mana. I was debating if I should put this to play around like because the levy doesn't matter as much. Is that true? Does the levy not matter? Opponent cannot attack with Swain. This is an awkward hand because we don't have Pantheon. Yeah, so the levy's a big deal. The levy is a big deal. Because we're not able to... So if we single combat the levy here, right? We're losing our unit that can block Swain. This is gonna stun the two strongest units no matter what we do. Ah, man, like the fact that he got both is the problem. I guess we can rally. We can rally, single combat the levy. That way the ghost stays alive. Maybe we even give a spell shield here. I think we go here. I think it is what it is. If the opponent has like a death hand, it's gonna be a problem, right? Because the opponent could respond with death hand. Okay. Yeah, I think I had to be willing to lose to the death hand. I had to be willing to lose to the death hand. Don't think there was a lot of good done to it. I'm gonna Fiora.
By my honor, you must die.
I need to kill this Swain somehow. Second levy is problematic because we don't have a way to deal with it. Because we can pull here, right? And that lets us get a free kill. Don't want to attack with the go because we lose to the flock. So we go here. Maybe we actually open. But then if we open, we're still losing to the second levy, right? Because at most, we're only dealing 7 damage. Opponent's never blocking with their Swain. Fiora goes up to 2 and levels up, but that shouldn't be enough. The other option is the Lodestone and then target the Swain. But the Lodestone gets punished by any unit that the opponent has. I mean, the Orasi. The Orasi gets punished by anything that the opponent has here. Like if the opponent has a Nexus Strike here, they can stun our Orasi. But then if they're doing the Nexus Strike, we're still okay, I guess. This is permanent, by the way, the stat growth. Although I guess Fiora is going to go back down to 2 health anyways. Yeah, opponent needs to have like a death hand here. A death hand is actually nuts because he lets them kill both my... They hit it. Really? They hit the perfect... They hit the Nexus. They actually hit it. Then they can flock. But we still have Orasi as a blocker for next turn, I guess. They had to dig for that Make It Rain. Double flock. I need Pantheon or Concede Strike. A second single combat also does it. So we need our strikes or we need Pantheon to be able to actually finish this game. Otherwise, it's gonna be a while. I mean, I guess if the opponent gets a second Leviathan, they just win the game as well, right? I'm okay forcing this out. I'm okay forcing this flock out, right? Because they're always gonna flock this anyways. Oh, so they drew a separate flock then. But we still know you have the flock in your hand.
After the battle,
And again, we lose to the levy. Because the levy's gonna stun our units. Ooh, we get the Consider Strike, never mind. Ha, that's huge. That is actually huge. The funny thing is that if the opponent for some reason... Okay, I was gonna say, if the opponent actually tried to remove the spell shield here, we would have been okay. We definitely have to keep enough mana for Concerted. We definitely have to keep enough mana for Concerted, right? This is smelling to me like the opponent wants to do a second Leviathan here. And wanted to put the Swain back into their deck so that they could just draw it for free. What we can do is that we can put the Overwhelm on the Orasi and it will transfer over to the Saga Seeker, right? Okay, yeah, that's huge. So we can go here. Grant Overwhelm to the Orasi. And then next turn, when the Orasi attacks, it's going to increase the stats of the Saga Seeker. And give it Overwhelm and Spell Shield. Opponent tapped out of the Leviathan, so we're okay. This is okay, because we still have Concerted Strike. So I'm not scared of the Swain, right? Because what opponent's trying to do here is stun and stun the Orasi, right? So they probably have a way to deal damage to the Nexus, potentially like Death Hand. Oh, sorry. I'm going here. I'm going here. And I'm chilling. Is there a punish for this? Is there a punish for this? I want to keep the Consider Strike mana just in case. Just in case that the opponent has some random stuff, like let's say like a Whirling Death or some, or actually Fervor. Fervor, it would be annoying here. So they're gonna try to potentially Fervor our Orasi. Yeah, there it is. Why did I expect that? Now the Fervor is doing 3, puts me to 4. We could technically just spell Cascade. But then we lose the Orasi that has Overwhelm. I actually prefer the Concerted, because it lets me play the second Iula to regain the spell shield on the Orasi, and then push damage that way. So I actually prefer to do it this way. So that way we can just give the spell shield back to the Orasi using the Iula. And we still have the pretty big attack with 2 units having Overwhelm and spell shield, right? We have to play around the flock though. Should we actually buff? I guess I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Because we can just buff this up with Pale Cascade and make this even stronger. We can even give it the equipment instead. I mean, opponent has to spend 2 cards here, right? So opponent has to spend 2 cards to remove the spell shield and try to kill the Orasi. And I don't think they have enough for that. The other thing that we can do is do the Lodestone first. But I think it's probably better to just do the Shepherd, if anything. Like, if the opponent doesn't commit a card here to remove the spell shield, I think it's safe for me to commit the Shepherd. If they do have a card to remove the spell shield, then I probably just need to attack right away so that we play around a second stun from the sentry. The good thing is that they don't have two ways to stun us here, right? They don't have any fast speed stuns like Vandal City does. This is a close one. This is a close one. Opponent is making me think. I mean, we're getting a little bit lucky. I mean, even if they got the second levy, we had the Concerted Strike to respond to it. And we're getting a little bit unlucky that we still haven't drawn our Pantheon. But let's see, opponent, what you have. I don't think they have anything. So maybe they actually already quit the game. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna do it. So we're gonna go Wandering Shepherd here. Make sure that this goes even bigger. So this is to make sure that this card goes even bigger, because opponent's gonna try to just block, right? So to do that, we probably need to go for the Pan of Pain. So opponent just did the levy to have a blocker. So the Pan of Pain means... What? That's such a mistake. That is such a mistake, because now we just drag that, right? So now we just go like this. And that's game. Let's actually put it here, because the other one is already damaged anyways. That's such a mistake, so that's it. I mean, it didn't matter. The opponent only had 3 mana, so it wasn't gonna move the needle one way or the other, right? It wasn't gonna move the needle one way or the other. But they did have the second levy. They just decided not to play it last turn, so GG's. In this match, we'll be going against, man, Poppy Taric. And I guess we have Concerted Strike. Concerted Strike will allow us to deal with... Concerted Strike will allow to deal with a Taric, right? I wanna see... Okay, so that's perfect. Saga Seeker is exactly what I'm looking for. So Saga Seeker is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm trying to wonder if I actually should play the Saga Seeker now. I actually think I take it slow. I think I play Broadwind and then Saga Seeker. Unless the opponent gets Asmos here, then obviously I cannot play. Because I really want to be able to get the Challenger on this Broadwind. The opponent just passes. I'm also okay with that, because we can always play the Broadwind on turn 2 and then Saga Seeker on turn 3. Okay, then I'll go for it. So let's go here. Let's go here. We play Saga Seeker. What if it's actually Broadwind now? What if it's actually... Wait, no, because the second Broadwind doesn't actually get the Challenger. Unless we commit the Saga Seeker as well. No matter what, both of these are going to be 4. I definitely want to kill that Asmus, right? No matter what, both of these are going to be 4. So let's just kill that Asmus. Let's go like this. Wanting to sacrifice their Broadwind here, but that's okay with us, because that one got hit by a Shine. Opponent will not be able to kill our Broadwind next turn. We'll have Saga Seeker and Pale Cascade for a potential Poppy. This Poppy at most is going to be a 4, so I guess Saga Seeker doesn't actually kill her. We could just kill the Poppy with a single combat though. We don't have to actually...
Who does not know the name Laurent?
I think that's okay then, right? I think I'm chilling then, right? I hate the fact that we're so behind on our Pantheon though. Let's go Saga Seeker. I think I'm willing to Pale Cascade. I think I'm willing to Pale Cascade this Saga Seeker just so that we can enable like the Pantheon. This still should work out for us, right? I guess we're only able to save one or the other, so we're only able to save one or the other and not both. I guess we can go Wandering Shepherd instead on the Saga Seeker. But if we get something that has... Oh, this is tough. This is tough. So, Pel Cascade lets me survive with the Broadwind. I think I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to let the opponent make that choice of which ones, how they want to drag. This is going to go to 4, and most is only going to 4 health. They have to pull this way, right? No matter what. And I think I actually saved the Saga Seeker. I think I actually saved the Saga Seeker. Just sacrifice the Broadwind. We can put the Wandering Shepherd on the Saga Seeker. This guy now has 2 HP, so it's not as big of a deal. And this is going to continue triggering this Fated, right? So we can improvise here. I like the Pot of Pain. I think I want to actually have this card just have health. I think I'd rather just have health here. This lets me kill almost anything. This lets me kill almost anything. Because now we're, you know, we're going to have the health as well as be able to survive. I guess let's make it even bigger. Opponent cannot block, right? We kind of got unlucky that the opponent hasn't drawn a champion, but we also haven't drawn champions ourselves. Fel Cascade doesn't save you. Fel Cascade doesn't save you here. Ah, Ranger's Resolve does, though. But that's okay, right? Because we still get to trigger the Fade in next turn if we wanted to. Opponent loses the value here. Okay, we finally get a champion. We finally get a champion. Let's go Goat. We still have access to Consider Strike. We have 5 cards in our hand. Opponent only has 2. I think we have this game. Especially now that we drew the Fiora. Opponent has both their units are gonna have 4 attack, but it's still not enough to kill our Saga Seeker because we gave that a Destroy Health with the pot last turn. So no matter what they do, I think we're okay. We don't want to play Fiora yet, obviously, because opponent could kill it. Oh, man. Yeah, so we let this go. We play this here. We play the Fiora.
We speak with blades.
Next turn, we can Darken Lodestone instead of the pot. That will trigger our Faded and be able to allow us to buff this up even more. So we can go here. I guess opponent could technically have access to like a rally. That could be annoying. We can also transfer the Pot of Pain to Fiora to give her more health. I just wanted to be able to trigger this Fader, right? So we go like this. And then we put the Pot of Pain on the Fiora, and the opponent shouldn't have a way to kill this Fiora anymore. I guess if they have their rally here, they could technically kill the Saga Seeker or the Fiora. But I don't think they have either. Yeah, I don't think they have either. And then they're gonna get punished by the Chambers. They're gonna get punished by the Chambers if they try to drag the Saga Seeker. Oh, they're gonna go for the Orasi, huh? Unfortunately, okay, so... Orasi's interesting. Because he does give them a lot of value. We have to just kill the Horasi then, right? I mean, do we even have to kill Horasi, or can we just go and kill the Protege instead? But then these cards are going to be really big for the rest of the game. So if we single combat the Protege, Fiora levels up. And then we can rally and challenge, and we also have Consider Strike. So this is the play. We single combat to level up the Fiora, getting rid of their challenger. So the opponent's not going to have a way to kill our Fiora here. Then we're going to rally. to kill the other unit. I guess we could have also considered strike the Tiari at the same time. Yeah, we could have also considered the Tiari at the same time. Because now that Tiari is gonna go all the way up to 7 HP. But, I mean, the Tiari just dies to consider Nexen anyways. Maybe opponent thinks that we have a barrier. So now they're hesitant. And by doing that, they kind of just let us go ahead and do this. I'm gonna assume that they don't have... I have to assume that they don't have a strike in this deck. So I have to assume that they don't have a strike in this deck. And this lets me pull the Horasi and win the game. So... GG's. Your win conditions always feel nice. In this match, we'll be going against Norra Veigar. I think this should be okay with us because we have a lot of challenges, right? So we're able to deal with the Norra. I kind of feel like I should keep the single combat. It's one of the nice ways to be able to deal with the Veigar. We can go Broadwind and we can go Shepherd in turn 3. So that we can get, obviously, some value from this. And then Lodestone to kind of swap out the equipment. I love the Lodestone. It's so good at leveling up your Pantheon. I wish we had Fiora, though. Fiora, I think, will feel really good right here. We also don't have Pantheon, so this could be a little bit awkward. So we're gonna have to rely on the Broadwind to actually be able to kill the opponent's champions. Because the problem with Broadwind is that it loses to Quietus. Can I play around the Quietus? Can I afford to play around the Quietus? I think I have to. I think I actually have to play around the Quietus, unfortunately. At least this way we can single combat the Norra in response to the Quietus. Yeah. That's what I thought. At least we can single combat the Norra in response to the Quietus, letting us progress the Pantheon and the Camphor. Can I go from there? I forgot about Quietus with the Broadwind, right? So this is why I think I really need Fiora. That's the second Norra. If we have Fiora here, like, this game would be so nice. What if we just keep Pantheon? What if we just grab the Pantheon right now? Opponent cannot summon Veigar, right? Okay. Because if they summon the Veigar, they would have lost to the single combat. We can go Wandering Shepherd on the Pantheon. Whoa. That's a good hit. That's a very good hit, huh? That's a very good hit. We don't. I wish I got Scout, but I guess it doesn't matter. The opponent could easily have Vengeance here to stop our Pantheon. Pokey Stick. Don't think it matters.
They will know.
We want to keep the mana for the single combat. Opponent actually takes the damage. Cool. So what opponent's trying to do here is actually... I need to stop this Veigar right now, by the way. So opponent... I guess opponent could have Haste Spike. And that will kill my Pantheon. Opponent's gonna have two ways to kill Pantheon. They can actually drag with the Wolf. And then they can also have the Darkness. We could technically heal back up by doing the Lodestone. Or the opponent could just do the Haste Spike right now. We're trying to level up this Norra? What? The Guiding Touch saves the Pantheon. The Guiding Touch does save the Pantheon. Do we let them have the Extra Portal with the Construct? I think I'm okay with them having that, right? But then we lose to the Darkness. So we're losing to the Darkness because the Darkness is pushing 2, unless we literally put the Spell Shield on the Pantheon right now. And we have to hope that the opponent doesn't have another... So we have to put the Spell Shield on it right now, and then hope that the opponent doesn't have another ping. They have it. They have it. Yeah, because we have the equipment so the Quietus works and the darkness. I guess we go Camphor here and just kill the Norra. So we'll go for the Camphor and just kill the Norra. We'll have the Darkin Lodestone for later on. To get a lot of value, right? Put in levels of Norra, but this is their second Norra. And we have already killed one Veigar as well. The problem is gonna be... So my problem is gonna be... fortunately, the opponent kind of low roll here. My problem is gonna be Des and Ada. So Des and Ada is gonna be a problem. Des and Ada next turn is gonna be really annoying to deal with. Opponent could have Pokestick plus Vengeance, I'm guessing then. Like, they're literally getting everything. That's so annoying. Okay, they didn't have the Vengeance at least. I didn't feel comfortable doing the Fix Them Upper and the opponent potentially having something else. But instead, they get the Veigar. So it wasn't a Vengeance, but they get a Veigar anyways. So now I have to also worry about Veigar. We can go Orasi. I don't hate it. You can go Orasi here. Opponent's gonna have to be forced to play the Darkness here to kill this this Camphor.
This is our home.
Do not stand against me.
We're gonna have to Guiding Touch, and that only takes me to 5. So the Darkness is still dealing 4. So we're gonna have to Guiding Touch. And that still might not be enough. Opponent could have getting another Pain right here. So I need the opponent to not have another Pokestick or another Battle Feast. Either one of them is a punish. Okay, we get Pantheon anyways. So we might be okay. It might be okay. Because what I'm gonna do first is that I'm gonna play... Because we can just Chain Best the Orasi. No need to do it on the Camphor. But then the Camphor is vulnerable to like a Bile or a Pain. But the opponent just showed us that I don't have a Bile. So I think we just go here. Guess it doesn't matter though, right? Let's just go here. Let's just make sure that we don't have to commit the Pale Cascade there. That gives me 6 keywords. We get Pantheon down in the field. We still have the Orasi. We can challenge this Veigar, no problem. This gives me Challenger as well. So we have Challenger here too, huh? Ha. Is it actually better? Is it actually better? If Fearsome means that the opponent doesn't have a good blocker for this. Fearsome means that the opponent doesn't have a good blocker here. Why did we roll Scout? This is tough. This is tough, right? I guess we have to go like this then. This is lethal, but the opponent always blocks there, obviously. Like, this is technically lethal, but the opponent always blocks that way, right? They can't stop their Veigar from dying. That's 2 Norras, 2 Veigars down, but again, there's one big deal here, and it's gonna be the Des and the Ada. Fortunately, I wish I had Lifesteal. Lifesteal would make you feel a lot more confident here. There's the Des and the Ada. We wait for the opponent to do the Darkness, because he's gonna kill this Camphor. Everything else has Spell Shield, and then we play the Mountain Goat, right? So we're still kind of vulnerable to some stuff, but not anymore. Now that we have the rally, we should be able to win. So with the rally, we should be able to win. 2, 4, 6. Opponent could easily have the Biggle Dusk. But that's still not enough to kill us. I guess they could have double Biggle Dusk. I'm afraid of doing this and then like losing to something else, right? I think I have to play it this way.
Why do you fight?
I think I'm fine blocking with Pantheon. Technically, I know it puts my Pantheon at like a vulnerable range. I'm not gonna play the rally just yet. And that should be game then, right? I guess opponent's gonna try to go for the darkness. Opponent's gonna have to have vengeance. So it has to be exactly vengeance, right? Has to be exactly vengeance. Nothing else stops us here. Minimorph also works. Minimorph also works. Alright. So then we start from square one. We're gonna need to get another champion. We're gonna need to get another champion. I guess we can get a nice attack here. Or another way to get overwhelmed. The nice thing here is that the opponent's gonna have to start blocking, right? Do we even Pell here? I don't think we have to Pell right now.
Persistence is key.
Opponent's down to 2 cards. I'm surprised they were playing Miscall. I haven't seen Miscall in this deck. Okay, so opponent has 1 card. This should be game then? What about we do this first? This lets me play around a Haze Spike, right? Because I'm gonna have Tough here. Opponent, actually, we know that the opponent has to create a card from Conchologist. Actually, maybe that Miscall was from Conchologist. But this should still let us push damage here. The second Camphor has the Overwhelm that we need. Opponent's gonna have to kill this Horaci right now. Because Camphor has Challenger, so we can actually pull anything that we want. And that should be lethal. I don't think I go for the quick attack, right? I think I just have to go here. This is 9. This is 7 already. Battle Feast is not enough because we have Pell. I know we're gonna lose our Horaci. That is enough to save him, though. Well, that is enough to save them. Wow. Ah, Mark of the Isles. Wow. So now we're taking... So if we went for the quick attack, we save both our units. Now we're taking... we lose the game because the opponent rigged the Rainbow Fish. Oh, come on. I did not play around the Mark of the Isles. I only played around like a battle piece. So that's on me. Portapalooza. Alright. I'm not gonna let you show up anymore. You got a chance there. Okay, so to play around the Mark of the Isles, we had to go for the quick attack then, right? So, GG's. The quick attack wouldn't have mattered. We still lost. The quick attack wouldn't have mattered. We still lost to the Mark of the Isles. So there was nothing for us to beat the Mark of the Isles there. That's unfortunate. In this matchup, we're gonna go against Shen Kayn. Interesting. I guess just the barriers, but I mean, I don't think the Kayn needs the barriers, right? Huh. Let's send this Broadwind back. I think with Fiora is all I need for in terms of challenger. We can play Saga Seeker and Lodestone just so we can start leveling up this Pantheon. Let's see. So Saga Seeker turn 1, Lodestone turn 2, makes the Saga Seeker at 3-4. Then we can play Mountain Goat on turn 3, Fiora on turn 4, buff it up with Lodestone, and have also the gem from the Mountain Goat attacking. We're gonna only have 2 triggers on the Pantheon by turn 4, but I think that's fine. So opponent's gonna have to deal with this Fiora, which is gonna become a 5-5. Okay, Bakai for second Bakai to start with. That's just gonna be fodder for my Fiora. I dig it. So actually, I don't think we attack with the Saga Seeker. I think I'm fine having the opponent just have cards that I can just kill with Fiora. We have Guiding Touch to protect her a little bit, so that's not bad. We just have to worry about the Shen, I guess. Ooh, single combat is huge. Single combat is huge. I actually don't think we play the Mountain God anymore. I think we actually just go for Fiora. Yeah, I think we actually just go for Fiora on turn 4 and have mana for single combat as a backup. I mean, maybe we do play the Go here. This has to be a bait, right? He has to have a way to kill this Saga Seeker. Are we taking this bait? I don't think we are. I think I'm down to just see what they're gonna do first. Kinku? Okay. So then we grab the Fiora and we start eating the opponent's units. Let's start... yeah, let's start here, I guess. But it's gonna charge to the equipment somewhere else. This also means that we die to a single combat, so I don't like it. If we go here, we survive against a single combat because we have Pell Cascade. Oh wait, they're not in Demacia. For some reason I thought that they were in Demacia. So, never mind. Never mind. Let's go ahead and do this Guiding Touch right now, just so that we can trigger the Pantheon level up, as well as get our Fiora back and healthy. Opponent's gonna push a lot of damage here, but I think I'm fine with that. We can always just sacrifice this Lodestone now. That's the Pantheon.
It must be done.
Cool. I'm okay with this. Like, if they just attack like this, and I'm only taking 3 damage.
I find them unworthy.
Alright. Cool. They are gonna take it like this. Wait, what? I forgot. Shen doesn't get barrier. Shen doesn't get barrier, so should we just spell Cascade here instead? Opponent says they never bluff, but they could have a bluff right here. They could be bluffing. I never bluff. They could be bluffing. I think I'm not gonna take that. I think I'm gonna play safe and just make my Fiora a little bit stronger with the Lodestone. That also counts towards Pantheon. We still have access to single combat and Pell. If the opponent taps out of answers, I can always go Golden Ages. Right? So if the opponent taps out of answers, I can always go Golden Ages. Opponent's probably gonna have a barrier for the Shen. Is why he's telegraphing. I think opponent has a Shen barrier. I think that's exactly what they're telegraphing. I'm gonna go Mountain Go so that we can enable the Pell Cascade.
Do not feel. Think.
Try me.
Let's go here. So the only goal for this Mountain Go is to give us a blocker and enable Pell Cascade. Opponent could have the Shen barrier here, but it's not enough to kill us. And then we can just rally now and level up Fiora just the same. Right? Yeah, because this is not enough to actually get there. So now we rally. And we can kill the Skinku student and Fiora levels up. We still have a blocker for... boom. We can play this... we can play this Browin just so that we don't have to be careful about like... just so that we can block both units. Alright? I think I like playing the Browin just so that we can block both units. Okay. Guess you could also just play Pantheon now.
Enforced equilibrium.
Okay. He's gonna have to have another barrier. He's gonna have to have another barrier for the Shen, because otherwise this Pantheon is gonna kill that Shen. I like the Pell Cascade on the Pantheon, because at this point I want to just make the Pantheon like a really big unit that the opponent has to deal with. Here we go. Oh, look at that. We also have the Iula. Opponent is in Ionia, so they could easily have an answer for this Pantheon. But we also have single combat to potentially back us up. The strike? I think I'm okay with this. Fiora did her job already. I don't think Fiora is who I care about anymore. Yeah, I don't think Fiora is who I care about anymore. Because here we can go like this. I'm debating if it's better to play Orasi. But it has me out of every answer. So that's one reason why I don't like the idea of it. I think we just go here and play the Iula for Spell Shield instead. It's almost the same. We didn't get amazing keywords, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, we didn't get amazing keywords. I think I want to keep my mana. I don't think it's time for the Orasi just yet. Here we go here with the Iula. So this is 5. That leaves us with 4. Let's go Browin. Let's go Browin, Iula. Opponent still hasn't Shen Kayn and still needs one more of them to go, right? We go here, now Pantheon has Spell Shield and we trigger the Fader again. We have Challenger. Let's go ahead and pull like this. Boom. The lifesteal goes away. They have their Kayn now, right? So they have their Kayn now. But if they play Kayn right here, they're losing to the single combat. I'd rather do it now before the opponent has access to like strikes and stuff to protect their Kayn. Before the opponent has access to like denies and stuff, etc. Because this is just gonna be able to finish up the game after the fact. Ooh, Resurrection, okay. Alright. Well, that brings Shen back. That doesn't even bring the other guy back. So let's go Goat and just get the free gems that we can just continue making this Pantheon even bigger. Because every gem is +2 attack to the Pantheon. We have Spell Shields, so I'm chilling. Opponent doesn't have access to Rally, my knowledge. We have Challengers, so we can just challenge anything that has 1 health to just win the game. Sure. I kind of want to trigger this Fated. There's a chance that the opponent doesn't do anything here, so let's just trigger the Fated right now. Next time we play Orasi. Okay, opponent's just going all in.
So I go.
They really cannot attack with anything else that doesn't get barrier. Like, this is a mistake, right? We have blockers for everything. Opponent only has 1 mana. Yeah, that is a mistake. We go like this, we take 6. And then next turn, I guess opponent could technically have 2 responses here. So I guess technically opponent could have 2 answers. Why don't we Guiding Touch, just to make sure that we're not gonna be like in a really bad spot. Opponent could technically have 2 answers here, but now we also have the Rally. So whatever answers they have is not gonna be enough. So if they have like Homecoming plus Stun, they have to spend 1 to remove the Spell Shield. This is still not enough. This is still 7, right? Not only that, but we still have... I mean, sorry, this is still 12. And we still have access to the Rally anyway, so GG's. GG's. Ooh, long one, but we got there. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Twisted Fate Swain. It's kind of tough, right? Because I need to be always watch out for those... for all those keywords. I mean, sorry, for all the flocks and stuff. I like keeping the Browin and the Lodestone, at least. Okay, well, we can go Browin Shepherd instead of the Lodestone, I guess. That gives me some blockers that I might need. Yeah, we can go Browin. Problem is, we're gonna be pretty behind on the Pantheon level up. We're only gonna start leveling up Pantheon on turn 3. And opponent's gonna be able to level up their Swain very quickly with this Watchful Idol. Guiding Touch is huge. Actually, Guiding Touch is amazing. Guiding Touch is actually amazing. So we can play the Wandering Shepherd on the Broadwind, and that will let us drag the Watchful Idol. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. It stops us from getting way too big. Then we can play the Lodestone on the Shepherd and continue buffing up our Broadwind. And then we have Guiding Touch to protect it against like random stuff. I like it. I like the idea. Maybe we even get like a Scout here. That'd be kind of funny. I don't think it's actually Scout. I think I actually like the combat reel better. I like the combat reel better because he also gives me 1 health, right? Although the Scout would have been better off for Pantheon. So by having the combat reel here, right? Let's say that the opponent has Make It Rain. We're able to have enough mana for Guiding Touch now to be able to protect against a Make It Rain to Flock combo. Which is always nice, right? I don't think I actually attack with the Shepherd because I want to have... Unless the opponent has like Disintegrate here, I guess. But if they're spending Disintegrate here, then they're not spending it on Pantheon later. So if they're actually spending the Disintegrate here, that means that it's one less thing I have to worry about on the Pantheon or the Fiora later on in the game. So I don't particularly... Okay, well, yeah. They actually went for it. I don't think I agree with that play from the opponent, but maybe they did that because they have a second Disintegrate in their hand. Otherwise, that makes no sense. Opponent could have Twisted Fate here, which is the annoying part. There's the Fiora now, right? So this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna do this now. I think, obviously, I want to do this so that I can trigger the Pantheon skill. He also gives me a blocker into that tentacle. Alright. We can play Fiora here.
By my honor, you must die.
I know she technically will die to like a Flock, but that's okay. I do need to be careful, right? Opponent could have an Aina Akaboros here. So with the Aina Akaboros, opponent will go up to 5 attack. So maybe we actually play the Lodestone. Maybe we actually play the Lodestone on the Fiora. Maybe we don't actually play it on the Fiora. Maybe we play the Lodestone on the Shepherd. It's kind of healing him up, and we get the equipment back to cycle next turn. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it on Fiora now, so that we can play around Flock, right? So I like doing it on the Fiora now, so that we can play around the Flock. Opponent will have to have 2 Flocks, right? I guess technically they could have just 1 more. I mean, yeah, they have to have 2 Flocks, right? Don't want to commit anything just yet. Is this worth the Guiding Touch? I don't actually think it is. I actually don't think it's worth the Guiding Touch. Because if Fiora's gonna die anyways. I don't think it's actually worth it. We already trigger our Fated, right? And we can play Pantheon and just play the Lodestone on the Pantheon next turn. So I don't think it's actually worth it. Okay.
Victory awaits.
The problem here is the fact that the opponent obviously is going to have that Overwhelm on the Swain, right?
See what others can.
So we can... I guess let's play Pantheon.
By my spear, the gods will know.
We'll play the Pantheon, right? The problem is, obviously, opponent will be able to still push the Overwhelm damage. Because at most, we can only do like 5. And if we block like this, we're losing the Pantheon, right? So... this Overwhelm is actually problematic. Because the Swain is going to get to kind of clear our board. What if we go like this? And just replay the equipment? On this Pantheon. Don't think we actually Pel Cascade just yet. Here we go like this. Block. That's still not enough, right? And opponent just used another flock. I mean, we got down to 3. What am I scared of at 3 HP? I mean, we have that guiding touch, so it's not bad. Maybe we actually commit the single combat now and protect some damage. Yeah, maybe we actually commit the single combat now and protect some damage. Just so that we don't go that low. We still have Concerted Strike. We still have Concerted Strike, and we're going to have a leveled up Pantheon. So we have the Concerted Strike, and we're going to have a leveled up Pantheon. I just don't know if Concerted will be enough, actually. I guess it is, right? We Combat Reel, and we also have the Broadwind. So we Combat Reel, we have the Broadwind. And that's enough to potentially get us there. If we get like a quick attack here, Challenger and quick attack, so and Spell Shield. So we can actually just kill this Swain straight up. And Lifesteal. So we literally rolled the best keywords, by the way. Yeah, we literally rolled the best keywords. I think I'm just gonna go ahead. I mean, I guess the problem is that the opponent challenges. Opponent's gonna stun us here, right? So we can still just consider strike this guy, right? We can just consider strike this guy. Get to the Swain. Swain goes bye-bye. We go back to 13 health. We have a second concerted. And we have a big Pantheon. Don't think I need to actually summon the Broadwind just yet. Whatever attack the opponent does, it doesn't do anything to us. They might be looking to try to level up Twisted Fate here.
Looks like trouble.
We're just gonna block Twisted Fate, by the way, and we can lifesteal back up with Guiding Touch. I guess we get punished by Disintegrate, though, right? I guess we get punished by the Disintegrate if we block the Twisted Fate. I'm gonna pretend that the Disintegrate is not there right now. Yeah, there it is. So then we go here. The problem with tapping this second Concerted Strike is that now we're vulnerable to like a Leviathan, right? I said that we're gonna have double Broadwind. We're gonna have double Broadwind and we're gonna have Horaci here. Oh wow, okay, opponent doesn't have it. So let's just play Horaci, right? That gives me Spell Shield. And we can challenge anything that the opponent summons here. I actually just passed here, by the way. Oh, never mind. Opponent gave us the Levy. Why give us this Levy like this? Why give us the Levy like this? Because can't we just go like this? Like, can't we just go like this and pull this here? And we still chilling? Because this gets Spell Shield and has the Challenger. When it goes down to 12, we have a full lifesteal. Yeah, that's why I dragged this way, because I figured that the opponent had a second Anakaboros. Yeah, because the opponent had a second Anakaboros, that's why I ended up dragging here. So that if the opponent had it, he wouldn't have to kill my Broadwind. But unfortunately, the opponent just didn't have the second ping that they needed to kill that Pantheon last turn, right? So, GG's. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. You can see what I'm talking about. You saw us destroying those Swain decks a couple of times. It is kind of like a slow grinding game, right? You're trying to grind out to your Pantheon, your Fiora. You saw us utilizing Camphor and utilizing Horaci multiple times. So it is more like a grindy type of Demacia deck. But you're gonna see how you can just completely run people down, and sometimes you just high roll the perfect keywords on Pantheon and just win the game that way as well, right? So if you're not winning with Fiora, you can just win with Pantheon. We never got to see the actual Fiora win condition trigger, but technically, if the opponent didn't surrender in that game against Taric Poppy, we could have got in there. But you know, it is what it is. In terms of mulligan, I like keeping the Saga Seeker early on. is a nice way, obviously a nice target for your buffs, so that you can start triggering the Fated. I also like keeping one Lodestone most of the time because it's also a nice, really cheap way to trigger your Pantheon level up condition. So I'm looking for Saga Seeker, I'm looking for the Darkin Lodestone, I'm looking for Mountain Gold to have access to those games, and Broadwind, right? So I'm kind of looking for my early units and then just hoping that I draw my champions later on. We have enough draw between Guiding Touch and Pale Cascade that I'm not too upset if I draw my champions later in the game. I like keeping Fiora though if you are going against something like a Veigar or even a Nami, where you know that you want to challenge those units away with Fiora. So that's kind of where Fiora helps out. But yeah, so Saga Seeker, Mountain Goat, Broadwind, and the Darkin Lodestone should get you going and should prevent you from just getting run down by the opponent's aggression. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video today and this deck. Good luck trying it out. I do think this deck is actually really strong. If you like this video, please make sure to like it below, show us some support, and you can also subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund, where we try to stream 2 to 3 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.